I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Continuing on in the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory Grade 3 workbook, we move on to page 13, continuing with the topic of compound time. And so exercise 3 gives us several examples in these new compound time signatures. I suppose that should be compound time signatures, shouldn't it? And we're required to just add one note to complete each bar. And so just looking at the bare maths of it, we know that there should be 12 quaver beats per bar. And so here, a crotchet is 2 quaver beats. The dot is half as much again, so there's 1, 2, 3. A dotted crotchet gives us 3 quaver beats, and then there's another 3, and then here's another 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we want another 10, 11, 12 quaver beats worth. We want another 3 quaver beats, and that's going to be just another dotted crotchet there. So now that you see what's required, perhaps you can now go ahead and try the remainder of exercise 3 on your own. Press pause and then pop back into the video and we'll check those through together. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of this. So now exercise 3B, we have a time signature of 9/8, 9 quaver beats per bar. We know that a dotted crotchet is worth 3 quaver beats. 1, 2, 3, there's another 3 quaver beats, and then just a crotchet on its own is worth 2 quaver beats. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with just 1 quaver beat missing, and so that's simple enough to add there. Now here we should have 6 quaver beats. We've got a crotchet which is worth 2, and then there's the remainder of that group of 3. That's our first group of 3, so that's the first group. However, we got one longer note instead of 2 quavers. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We should have another 1, 2, 3 to make 6, and we do that in one note by adding a dotted crotchet. Now then, we've got a dotted minim here. Now a dotted minim, so we know that a minim divides into 2 crotchets, and then the dot is another crotchet again. So there are 3 crotchet beats, which will give us if we think of that as a dotted crotchet and then a dotted crotchet, there are our 2 crotchet beats, and there's our remaining crotchet, because we're thinking in groups of 3, aren't we? So a dotted minim is 2 dotted crotchet beats, which we know is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so we've basically got 7, 8, 9, remainder 3 quaver beats, and so that's just going to be a dotted crotchet. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got a quaver beat here, 2 semiquavers give us a quaver, 2 semis gives us a quaver, 1, 2, 3, there's our first group of 3. A crotchet gives us 2 quaver beats, so we want another quaver beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to complete that. So we know that a dotted minim divides into 2 dotted crotchets, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's half of the bar. And then we've got 1, 2, something's missing, and then here we've got 1, 2, and then the quaver is 3. So there's our final group of 3. And so in order to finish this 1, 2, 3, we're just one quaver beat missing, aren't we, there? And now we have a similar job to do in exercise 4, but this time instead of adding a note, we need to complete that gap by adding one rest. But the principle remains exactly the same, and so by all means do go ahead and have a go at completing that. If not, just watch the first couple with me, work through the first couple, and then do try the remainder on your own. So we should have 12 quaver beats, and we know that 1 dotted crochet gives us 3 quaver beats, and then there's 1, 2, 3 quaver beats, 1, 2, 3 quaver beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then here this crochet gives us 10, 11. We should have 12 quaver beats, so we're just one quaver beat missing, and so to add that as a rest, we add that symbol for a quaver beat rest. Now we should have 9 quaver beats per bar. Here's our first group of 3. A dotted crochet is worth 3 quaver beats. Here's the last beat divided into 3 crochet beats. And then we've got 3 quaver beats. And then we've got a quaver beat here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we basically 2 quaver beats missing, and we add 2 quaver beats as one crochet rest. So now I'm hoping you've tried the remainder. Let's work through these together. So 6 over 8 should be 6 quaver beats per bar. 1 dotted crochet is 3 quaver beats. We've got 2 quaver beats here, so that means we're 1 quaver beat missing, and so we add that as a rest there. That's our second group of 3. So we should have 9 quaver beats here. So a dotted crochet is worth 3, and then here's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now semi-quaver plus semi-quaver is quaver. Semi plus semi is quaver. We've got 1 semi-quaver here. We need another semi-quaver to make the quaver beat, and so we need a semi-quaver rest this time. And then we have 6 quaver beats. So this, we know that a dotted crochet is worth 3 quaver beats. There's a quaver beat, there's a quaver beat. Now here we've got demi-semi-quavers, and if you remember, we know that 4 demi-semis equals 1 quaver. Let's just look at that, because 1 quaver divides into 2 semi-quavers, which divides into 4 demi-semi-quavers. We've only got 3 demi-semi-quavers, so in order to complete that quaver beat, we're going to need a demi-semi-quaver rest there. So we just add an extra arm. Quaver, semi-quaver, demi-semi-quaver. And then finally, we should have 12 quaver beats. That's going to be 4 groups of a dotted crochet beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is this dotted crochet here. Here's 3 beats. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We should have 10, 11, 12 quaver beats. And so to show that as one rest, we're looking for a dotted crochet. And so we add that as a rest. So do go ahead and listen to some different pieces of music, or look at some music that you've got, and do listen to the difference between simple time and compound time. 2 over 4 is 2 crochet beats per bar. 6 over 8 is 2 dotted crochet beats per bar. So although there are 2 beats, they're both in duple time. This is a group of 3. This is a group of 2, and you can really hear the musical difference there. And so 3 over 4 is 3 crochet beats, 9/8 is 3 dotted crochets. So they're both triple time, 3 beats per bar, but here this is groups of 3, whereas here this is groups of 2. So the same goes for 4 beats per bar. We've either got 4 crochet beats per bar, which is simple time, or we've got 4 dotted crochet beats per bar, which is compound time, because here we've got groups of 3, here we've got groups of 2. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.